OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another viewer's choice. Pick a card of reading. As you see in the thumbnail and in the intro, this is an 18+ adult themed video. We are looking at your next sexual encounter. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's nothing going on. I don't have anything else to say, so we're gonna hop right into it. Okay, so we've got pile 1, which is the clear quartz. We've got pile 2, which is the bloodstone, and we've got pile 3, which is the tiger's eye. I'll give you a moment to select your pile. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, if you selected this clear quartz crystal, then this is your reading. So I think I'm gonna do it slightly different from what I normally do with these types of readings. I'm gonna start with the tarot, which is normal, and then I think I'm gonna hop right into those 3 adult themed decks that I have before clarifying with 2 romance-based decks and possibly 2 astrology-based decks. We'll see. But I am going to hop right into those decks instead of saving them for the end. So let's see what we get from the tarot. Your next sexual encounter, pile 1. Let's see what that's going to be like. Lots of anticipation here. It's like I can see you actively waiting. It's like you've got the 3 of rods, right? Which is the 3 of wands. And the 3 of rods is kind of like waiting. I don't want to say a set sail, but it's kind of like waiting, almost like waiting your turn. Like you've kind of done what you needed to do. You showed up where you needed to show up to, acted in every way that you could already, laid that foundation. And now it's like kind of just waiting to see what those, just waiting with those 3 rods, waiting for something to come in. So I don't know if you're waiting for a specific person or if you've just been waiting for sex in general, but I'm seeing that your next sexual encounter is coming after like a period of kind of, I don't want to say self-work, but work as it relates to anything that would impact like your sexual nature, anything that would impact your sexual experiences, right? So like I said, it's just feeling like it's coming after being, it just feels like it's coming after waiting. Like I don't know why I'm not really able to speak clearly on the message, but maybe that's part of it too. A lot of uncertainty. That's probably what this pause is, because it's feeling like a pause, and I'm not sure that card is necessarily meaning a pause traditionally, but whatever. Those of you that are not in, I guess, a drought sexually, it feels like you've just been kind of waiting for a very specific sexual experience, and that's what you're hoping you'll see with your next sexual encounter. So let me pull more cards and see what I'm getting. Some of you I'm hearing it means you're gonna be left wanting more after. I don't know if that's a good thing. It's either going to leave much to be desired, or it's going to be so good that like you want more of it. Okay, 4 of elixirs. So there's going to be there's 2 energies here, and this is interesting. This might be not really a scandalous pile, but just interesting, because like with the 4 of elixirs, it talks about like rejection. It talks about kind of being set in your ways, fixed, disinterested, right? It talks about just being bored. And in this particular deck, this card has like all kinds of like toxic lethal drugs. Like there's morphine, there's heroin. So like your next sexual experience may be centered around drugs and or alcohol for some of you, with that card coming out very specifically. But it's also the 3 rods are actually giving me group energy. Some of you, not, that's a very specific message. Okay, so yeah, some of you, but this definitely feels like someone, specifically you, it's giving drought. It's giving either it's been a while since you've had sex, or you haven't been having sex that really is doing it for you. And your next sexual encounter, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to take it. It's 3 of blades. It's just I want to get more before I really talk on that. It's just, there's a lot of disappointment here. It's like I've been waiting. It's like you've been rejected, or you've been rejecting people. Like really picky energy here. So and the card wanted to come out was a 2 of blades, so indecisive energy. So like you may have been on lockdown literally. If you're watching this in real time, it makes sense, but like it's giving celibacy, it's giving drought, it's giving long time coming. Like it's not a negative energy, it's just like I'm trying to get to the sexual encounter for you, but in order to get to that, I kind of have to cut through your energy of you either haven't been having sex in a while, or it's been unfulfilling. And some of you, like it's someone that's rejected you, or that you've rejected, kind of slipping under in the energy of the reading underlying. And I'm wondering why that's relevant. I got the King of Elixirs at the bottom, but let me get this last card and hopefully I can really peel back. Okay, King of Blades. So and at the bottom you have the 8 of Elixirs, which talks about letting go, a journey, and whatnot. I'm seeing that you take yourself way too seriously, pal one. Like this is like the fact that your reading is so serious and kind of stiff right now, like in the reading, like I'm trying to peel through the sexual energy of your next sexual encounter, but honestly, like it's rough because there isn't like an overall sexual energy surrounding you. So like I said, maybe you are in hermit mode, isolation, whatever, but we're going to work through it, I promise, because we've got the 8 of Elixirs, which talks about moving and moving on and evolving and going from one place to the next. So it talks about travel, okay? It talks about travel, but not just like a physical trip. It talks about traveling, like a traveling of perspectives, like evolving and such. So with that King of Blades, it's like a very smart, but very logical individual. So I'm feeling like that's you, but I'm also feeling like that's someone that's coming in. So that may be the two energies I'm getting, 2 different energies I'm getting of that underlying person. Like some of you have rejected someone, or someone has rejected you, and that King of Blades is you and them. I'm getting, for whatever reason. I'm getting that it's both of you. I'm getting that you're kind of a stick in the mud, and this person is as well. So if you were wondering if this was your pile, and one of those energies of you rejecting that person, or that person rejecting you is resonating, this is just a confirmation that this is your pile. But your next sexual encounter is going to involve you kind of I want to say there's going to involve some type of travel, some type of trip, because you have that 3 of Rods and that 8 of Cups both there, because staying where you are is like that 4 of Elixirs energy of just kind of being stuck. So let me pull immediately from these decks, because yeah, very confusing energy for this pile one. I'm not gonna lie, like if I sound confused, it's because I am, because your energy, it may be some of you selecting this pile that have, I feel like a lot of you may not be sexually active, or may not be putting yourself in a position to have sexual encounters. It's not that it's not there, it's just I'm seeing that you're gonna have to move around for it to happen. Right? But I do see those specific instances of some of you, it's probably going to involve drugs, alcohol, it's going to involve some type of travel. But let me pull from this deck and see if I can get a card from it to get me what's going on here for pile one. I only want one. Just what I thought. Okay. The lady who waits. I can't put these cards up close because they are not, I don't think they're YouTube appropriate. So I'm not going to hold them up. But the lady who waits and soft whispers. So that's this energy. Like for whatever reason, pile one, you're kind of like putting a damper on the pile because it's like, I feel like the main message for you before I get into the sexual energy, which I am starting to get. I'm starting to get. Put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. Like waiting, it's not going to do anything. Like if you're just in your house waiting, because like with Three of Rods, that's kind of waiting. Four of Elixirs is kind of being unavailable. King of Blades is kind of being in your head too much, literally, like over analyzing like situations and sex. And with the overview being that Eight of Elixirs, it's like, okay, come on out of the house, or come on out and engage people romantically so that you can have a sexual experience if that's what you desire, right? So now that the energy is stepping in, before I pull those last two decks, I have number one, which is an entry level card. It is stepping in. So some of you may be inexperienced or like virgin. Some of you may have not have sex in a while, things like that. Or may not have had good experiences sexually. All of that means that your next sexual experience is going to be very fresh. It's going to be something completely new. And if you are very experienced, it's still going to be new. Something about your next sexual encounter is going to be very, very new to you, okay? The lady who waits, right? We talked about the Three of Rods being waiting energy. The first card of each of those two decks talks about waiting, right? It's almost like I'm seeing there's like a Cupid on this card, and it was making me feel like that Cupid arrow, and it's like I'm wondering where it's pointing off frame. It's like that rejection energy being at the center of this reading is making me feel like somebody may circle back. So like if you've been rejected, or if you have rejected somebody, you're going to start looking at them a little different, like, right? It's going to make you reassess a connection, or somebody else is going to try to come back in. I know we don't want to talk about all of this past energy, but for some of you, at least half of you, it's somebody you rejected, or someone you rejected, or someone that rejected you. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the case for all of you. Some of you, if this waiting energy is waiting for the right person to come in, and being very particular in that Four of Elixirs about it. And, King of Blades, that's someone coming in with that Eight of Elixirs, like that's someone coming in for that to happen. But whoever this is, right? This person is a talker, right? This person, you're probably going to be able to identify this person. They have a very sensual voice. Doesn't matter the gender. Something about the way they speak just sounds like sex, okay? It does. It does with soft whispers. And this is a person that would whisper during sex. So like in your next sexual experience, like it's going to be a lot of whispers. Someone that whispers. Someone's very patient, because right, that waiting energy isn't just about waiting for sex. It's about the buildup, the teasing, the soft touches, like soft whispers, right? Like the build up to sex. So it's not going to be a rushed experience. My left hand is starting to itch, which my old people say means money. So I don't know how that's relevant, but and now it's gone. Okay. Yeah, don't know how that's relevant in any way. And I'm not even going to dig deeper into that. But like, yeah, this is a person that's going to really take their time. Someone that really wants like a soft, sensual, passionate sexual experience. Like someone that is also very particular with this Three of Rods and Four of Elixirs. It's giving someone that I'm feeling like you both take yourself seriously. So when you have sex, whether it's because of a love connection, a romantic connection, or if it's casual, it's because you two kind of felt the one another were worthy of sharing that level of intimacy with, right? So yeah, but very gentle, very slow, very long lasting. It's like waiting to climax. kind of energy, like putting it off to make the experience last longer. So let me pull from this next deck, because this is already longer than I expected. I may not even go into the astrology based ones. We will see. We're gonna see. And this one is the Sex Answers Oracle. So let's see what I get from here. I may make this pile a little longer so that I can get more, but I had to decipher through your energy of being real particular. And just like that, we were talking about how it's real slow, real sensual, and you have romantic sex. So your next sexual experience is going to be very, very loving, even if it's a casual thing, right? It's going to be someone that you respect, that respects you, because that's all about this energy. Again, that Three of Rods, Four of Elixirs, and King of Blades. It's like someone who isn't like, this isn't a person that really wants to be having sex with everybody. And I don't feel like you're that type either, Power One. So you and this person are going to be on the same page. And at the bottom, you have need to be uninhibited. Do I want to take that like that? No, I want to pull more. I want to pull more. But that talks about need to be, and then she has a cross around her neck. So it's like you may be, you know, culturally, religiously impacted on the way you have sex or don't, right? Because, you know, with that waiting energy and that romantic sex, like the person you have sex with is gonna be romantic. It's gonna be very sensual, right? Except for that subset of you where I mentioned that, you know, there was a bit of a group energy slipping in, but that's like some of you, like maybe one or two. But that does not change the fact that with this romantic sex, I'm still seeing like some alcohol, possibly drugs, possibly, depending on who you are. One just fell. Let's see. I'm so hot for you. Yeah, so this is definitely someone that's a build-up. So I could see this as a person that's already, like, before the sex, whether you're either, this is either someone you're dating, you're going to be dating at the point in which you have sex with them, or someone that's simply been watching you and observing you, because this is a build-up. This is somebody that's been wanting you, okay, that's coming through for your next sexual encounter. You know, like, I'm not even getting so far, like, the situation in which the sex happens. It's just the waiting and having to be patient, and then boom, sex. That's what I'm getting for you, Power One. So I'm gonna pull one more and take the bottom, and here we go. Be freaky for me, and then I'm testing your limits. So she has wet hair on the be freaky for me card. So it may involve water. We do have the Three of Elixirs here, which talks about traveling, and I think it actually I may be thinking of the Six of Swords, but I feel like sometimes it has, like, it talks about travel and such across water. But yeah, so I'm testing your limits. So this is a person that is a tease. Like, I'm testing your limits. Like, that's your next sexual experience. It's like, it's gonna be heavy with teasing. Like, this person is really gonna tease you and like get you create a build up before actual sex, a build up during sex, up to climax. Like, that's this energy of this person. It's just really wanting that. So I'm gonna pull from this because I do want to get more details on surrounding who this person kind of is, and like the energy surrounding these houses. Let me push through these this other deck and see if I can get more details on what the actual encounter is going to be. Because right now we've got build up, we've got possibly under some type of influence, we've got, you know, the teasing, the making sure it lasts long. Let's see, entangled. Yeah, and entangled could mean bondage in like a literal sense, but it talks about just being entangled with a person. Like at the bottom you have desire. So yeah, just being so wrapped up in the experience that nothing else matters. It's probably why I can't get set a scene. Like, I'm not getting like a situation in which the sex is happening yet. surrender just showed itself, because like it's like you two are so wrapped up into one another that it doesn't even matter where it happens. Obsession. So like I said, this is someone, could be you obsessed, but I'm feeling like this is someone that's really been, I don't want to cover the words, that's why I'm staggering it like that, but someone that really has been watching you, right? With the lady who waits, that 3 of rods, it feels like, especially with that rejection, if this is someone that you've kind of, or you've been ignoring, or someone you're acting disinterested towards, like I could see some of you, a good bit of you, this is someone you've been acting disinterested in, even though you are, right? You may be obsessed with them as they are you, or one of you may be obsessed and not the other, but it's like, I'm feeling like that's the person that you're going to have this next sexual experience with. It's going to be super passionate, and you're going to be really entangled in them. I don't want to take this because I need one more card, but look, see romantic. You've got romantic twice. It's all about, like, this is a bond. This is about feelings. Like, this is the next time you have sex, it's going to be a person you have feelings for that has feelings for you. I don't care if it's casual or not. It doesn't change the fact that there are, in fact, feelings involved. Ooh. Was I not supposed to say that? I got going deeper, making love. Let me collect all of these cards. They all feel in various ways, y'all. Bear with me. I think I spilled someone's tea. So like if there's someone that's watching you, or acting disinterested, or you're acting I feel like the way that the cards reacted, it's one of the two instances of, it's either someone you're acting disinterested in that you don't want to like, or someone that's acting disinterested in you that doesn't quite want you to know they're interested in you yet. I mean, these cards, let me make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, they flew all over the place. It's that, especially since the last card I put down is obsession, and right when I started talking about that, that's interesting. And that's probably why the cards are being so tight-lipped about the situation, because I guess I'm like, this person you're going to have sex with doesn't want me spilling their tea. Even if it's a new person, because like I said, it's someone that's kind of watching you, or will be watching you, you know, prior to you two having sex. So like, I don't know the time frame of how long they'll be watching you, but it'll be some duration of time they watch you prior to engaging you on that level, or you engaging them, right? Okay, and that's probably why I'm not going to take it, because I feel like their energy kind of stepped into the reading now, their baggage, okay? Other lovers, right? So some of you, again, it is that group energy. There are 3 people in this card. That's a confirmation for that. And then I have mistress at the bottom. But yeah, some of you, that's just the scandalous nature of your relationship with that person stepping in. We're not going to worry about that. Let me reshuffle and grab another card, because I just want to know about the sexual experience. What y'all have going on is not my business. Okay, going deeper. That was intended to come out. It was the only one that landed on the table, and it came back. So water, we have water, lots of water, because I don't want to cover that because that's another indicator. At the bottom we have self-pleasure, so this person's already been self-pleasuring you. So let me put this where I can, yay, there we are. So this is a person, part of that build-up is gonna be masturbation. Like, this is gonna be a person that wants to watch you touch yourself. They're gonna want to touch themselves as part of the teasing. Some of you, I'm not getting the situation, because part of that build-up is digital. It's digital, as in it's gonna be phone based, web based, like some type of video, because again, self-pleasure, testing limits. It's something about this energy is making me feel like there's some distance, and like the first, like your next sexual encounter will not necessarily be the sex itself. It's gonna be the teasing, which will, like over the phone or whatever, that's gonna lead to sex after, and that the sex after is gonna be super passionate and romantic after all that waiting and just having to watch one another self-pleasure, right? That's why you have self-pleasure on the table. You have going deeper, right? And like it talks about building a bond, establishing a connection prior to the sexual encounter. And it really it also talks about going deeper sexually, right? And like being more entangled. Like that's two separate decks. No, it's the same one. I lied. But the point is, it's two similar energies, right? Of entangled, going deeper, being so wrapped up in one another that nothing else is going on. And it does feel like there's water involved. So your next sexual encounter could be in the shower, in the tub, in a hot tub, a pool, on a beach. Think of those types of things, right? And that's really what I'm getting from that. That's really what I'm getting. So, because I'm seeing wet hair, I'm seeing underwater. It's just, that's the energy here. So let me pull from this romance-based deck. And I think I am, at least for this pile, going to go into astrology-based decks just a little bit. I know it's going to lengthen the reading, so you may not get this tonight. You may get it tomorrow, whenever you see it. But I want to get more information about your next sexual encounter. So we did use all of our sexual decks, but that doesn't mean anything if you're familiar with my reading style. If energy is there, we don't need special decks to get it, right? Let's see. Your next sexual encounter, pile 1. And I'm hearing pile 2, so that may be your deck as well when I get to it. What is this? Ooh. Accountability. Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors always allows you to move forward. So, y'all, this is funny. It's funny. Because that's probably what that build-up is and what that distance is. It's a lot of avoidance here. You have annoyance at the bottom. You or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off to avoid more arguments. So that's just, it's not about, some of you maybe this is like a person you're having like arguments with. Like there's a clash of personalities that Four of Elixirs is like the disinterest of you and this person don't really like each other to some degree or work each other's nerves, and that's fine. That's just that some of you, what I'm seeing here though is with those of you that are heavy in that avoidance energy, whether it's you or this person, it's like trying so hard to not be obsessed with the other person or with each other, with obsession and entangled and going deeper. It's like really trying to avoid one another. That's why you have like accountability, right? Someone needs to take accountability. It's like if this is a new person coming in, like this, there's going to be a period of like you two kind of, I guess, being afraid of one another or not really acknowledging that there's the sexual tension there. And that's what that buildup is. That's what that waiting energy is. It's that frustration, that annoyance card, that sexual tension, that buildup. Okay. And that's why it's going to be so passionate, is because it's going to be passionate because there's like, after pretending you're not sexually attracted to one another for whatever period, it's going to be like releasing, right? Literally. So that's your next sexual encounter. It's going to be someone that you're probably annoyed with or annoyed by or just don't want to be sexually attracted to. Or vice versa. It could be one or the other or both of you. And you or this person trying to avoid the energy as much as possible prior to just giving in, right? There's going to be a person, I see another indicator with self-pleasure. It's going to be a person at the bottom, I stopped shuffling, is passion. So lots of natural passion between the two of you, sexual tension. I'm telling you, it's really magnetic. But this is someone that you'll likely self-pleasure yourself to, or they will be self-pleasuring themselves to you prior to engaging with one another on the sexual level. Okay? But it's feeling, it is, for not all of you, like there's most of you, at least half of you, it is like a 3D. You see this person in the physical plane on a day-to-day basis or on occasion. The other half of you, this is web-based. Some of you because I got 2 cards, one and one. So maybe that means there's 2 groups of you, which makes sense. You have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And I'm gonna tell you that there's some of you, this is someone you work with. Told y'all sometimes y'all are scandalous, but I'm not judging. I'm not. It's funny. It's actually very interesting. With some of you, this is someone that you work with. Others of you, there's some financial or career reason why there's this annoyance, this denial of the sexual attraction. Like one or both of you may not feel you're where you want to be in your career or as it relates to your finances. Like there's some people that if their money's not right or if they're not where they want to be in their career, like sex is the last thing on their mind. Like they're not dating, they're not interested in other people. Like they can't even be turned on sexually because they're just down bad. And for you and or this person you're going to be having sex with next, you that spark, that obsession, you're going to be intrigued with one or the other. Like I said, I'm just going to say them to you since this is your reading, but it could be you to them or them to you or both. But like this person, if this person is not where they want to be in their career or financially, then like they're used to being able just to bypass people and relationships and sex, but something about you makes them have to acknowledge accountability, the fact that they do kind of want to have like a little romantic thing. They want to have sex, they want to enjoy life, like it annoys them that they have to acknowledge that when acknowledging you and your energy and how you come across to them. Okay, so we've got playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I didn't realize this card said that when I did all that talking just now, but it talks about being enjoyed. So like you're kind of like this annoyance, like this person is a stick in the mud, as are you or you, and it annoys them to like have to face the fact that, yeah, I am a sexual being. I am sexually attracted to people, specifically Power One. Like Power One can get it. Power One is really like making me like I have to have Power One sexually, and that's how it's going to happen anyway, because like this person is not going to be able to shake you, or you're not going to be able to shake them. And I'm feeling like it's both for most of you, but it's just easier for me to speak that way. Okay. At the bottom, you have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So if you rejected somebody, that's them having trust, having faith that you're gonna circle back, right? If someone rejected you, that is your confirmation that yes, this person's gonna circle back and that you trust that it's gonna happen. But again, there's this huge energy of not really wanting to be engaging with someone sexually and all of this tension happening. Like I said, some of you it's because like it's a work situation. Others of you it's because like work isn't where you want it to be, or it isn't where they want it to be. It's just they feel like they feel like, or you feel like there's just so much going on, you don't have time for that. Yang energy. So ooh. Okay, proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. And the signs here are Aries, that is Gemini, that is Leo, that is Capricorn, that is Sagittarius, and that is Aquarius. Sorry, y'all, my voice was getting a little raspy and I wanted some water. I've been trying to make sure I stay hydrated, but sometimes these readings are, one, a little bit draining, but also it's energy coming in. So I feel like this person may kind of have a little raspy voice naturally. That's possible, or you do too. So yeah, I had just pulled the Shane card, and it is Aries, it is Gemini, it's Leo, it's Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Okay, and basically this is that passionate, powerful energy, that presence coming in. Like it's heavy sun energy. Like I said, Leo is on here, but it doesn't mean that that's the dominant placement of this person, but it just talks about that activity, that passion, that glowing heart on that obsession card. It just talks about how someone pursuing something and not being able to shake an energy because it's so loud. Like the sexual tension between you and this person is very, very loud. Heavy Aries energy because Mars is at the bottom, right? So Like you may be triggering this person's Mars astrologically, and like as it relates to the synastry, like you may be triggering their Mars. So like if your sun is in the same sign as their Mars or vice versa, like it's triggering. Something's triggering the Mars between the two of you. We've got North Node, destined to have. And that's sexual in and of itself, destined to have. It's almost like this person feels destined to have you sexually, like destined to have you and make you theirs. And like, I don't know where this energy came from. That was super, like it went from the denial and the annoyance and the not wanting it to embracing it. And obviously, if this is your next sexual encounter, we had to move past this energy of playing games, right? With Jupiter at the bottom, you have grow and expand. So yeah, like over time, like it doesn't go away. The obsession actually grows. The obsession actually grows. So this person just because they couldn't shake you, or because if you're stuck up on you couldn't shake this person, slowly like there's a circle back. Like I said, it doesn't mean that this is an old person. It doesn't. Like this doesn't have to be current energy. Some of you, this is a current energy of you avoiding someone or them avoiding you. Others of you, this is what's going to happen prior to the sex. Like there's going to be a brief period of this cat and mouse, like I don't want you kind of thing, a denial of the sexual tension prior to it happening, right? Especially with Jupiter, it's an expansive situation. You have Yang, which is expansive energy. It's very loud, very bright. And then you have North Node, which is kind of a path that is meant to be taken. It's something that's destined to happen, something that's meant to be. And like, it's almost like you are meant to have sex with this person. That's why there's so much sexual tension. That's why even though it's a denial and an avoidance, it's going to happen. Okay, and that's what's going on in these cards. So I'm glad I did pull from all these other decks. I did go well beyond the amount of time I wanted to, but this pile was a mess, and I needed to clarify the sexual encounter. So it's not so much as the what. Like it's good, it's passionate, but it's so much the who. It's more the who and the why versus the where and when, right? So let me pull from this deck last, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. But lots of sound. It's all about voices here. So some of you, this may be some, like, I mean, or maybe it's just like I was talking about, because you have don't let your past hold you back with South Node. So you've got North Node, you've got South Node, you got both. It's like someone from the past circling back. You know what I mean? Like it's just very curious energy. Like this feels like a soulmate. It feels like yin and yang energy. If you believe in twin flame, it's giving that to some degree with North Node, South Node. It's like where the past and the future collide. And that's gonna be a heavy theme surrounding your next sexual encounter. It's gonna be past meets present, who you used to be versus meeting where you're going kind of energy. Okay, and that message is also a direct message of like not clinging to past perceptions, clinging to past situations, holding yourself back from any romantic or sexual experience because of past trauma. Okay, I'm going to pull one more and then take the bottom. Conclusions are within reach. So yeah, it's going to happen much faster than you expect. And then again, you've got, it's time to release negativity. So Scorpio could also be a placement of yours or this person. So overall, it's feeling like lots of teasing, lots of denial, lots of resisting, lots of sexual tension. Some of you, this is a workplace-based situation. Others of you, it's financial indicators surrounding the connection. Like one of you, both of you may not be where you want to be financially or as it relates to your career. Therefore, you're like avoiding the fun. But like I'm seeing that this next sexual encounter is going to be very sensual, very romantic, very playful, very fun. Like multiple orgasms, not gonna lie, for the both of you. But again, there's that buildup because there's that distance that comes from either avoiding one another and not wanting to face the energy. That distance that I feel like some of you, it's like a web based, like with the self pleasure, it feels like you're gonna have like cyber sex, phone sex prior to actual sex. Then there's the what's the other group? I don't remember. But those energies, whatever it is, it's just a heavy tease, a heavy buildup, kind of denying yourself prior to just releasing. Okay, so that is what I'm getting for your next sexual experience, Power One. And you're probably a little annoyed, not because it wasn't super juicy, but because it was juicy, because I may have spilled some serious tea here, because I'm telling you, some of you here, it's somebody that you don't want it to be. Or at least you're thinking, you're not at the place yet where you're going to acknowledge that energy. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, Power One. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Pile 2, if you selected this Bloodstone, then this is your reading. It's basically a green crystal with little red specks. You can barely see it because of the lighting, but that is the description, okay? I don't know why I felt the need to describe it, but yeah. And I'm also realizing that depending on when you watch this, because I felt the need to describe that crystal and I said red and green, Christmas was not that long ago, so it's maybe something involving Christmas or Christmas coming up. This is a timeless reading, so whenever that applies. And it could also relate to a present. Okay, the first card you have is the Ace of Elixirs, the One of Elixirs, Love Potion. So it's brand new energy, a brand new person that you're gonna have sex with. So if that's what you've been hoping for, then yay. Okay, like this is a new connection. This is someone that's gonna come in romantically with a romantic offer. At the bottom you have the Empress. That is Taurus energy. It is passion. It is fertility. It's sexuality. Ooh, I just shuffled and stopped. 10 of coins. So like someone that's very family oriented. Like they're family minded. This isn't someone that's looking for a fling that you're gonna have sex with next. This is someone that's looking to establish a legit connection. Someone that with the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles that just showed themselves, sees themselves having a family with you at some point, but obviously not today, not the day that you have sex with them. Your next sexual encounter, which I'm assuming will be your first with this person. Or some of you would not. Like some of you, this is a person you freshly started dating and that's the confirmation. But most of you, this is a new person coming in that's going to see having a family with you at some point. And then you have King of Blades. That just came out in pile 1. But again, very serious. Someone that's very serious. Someone that is possibly marriage minded, definitely commitment minded. So when you have sex, oh yeah, because you've got the Hierophant at the bottom, which also is Taurus energy. So heavy Taurus energy already, but someone that's very marriage minded, someone that's very commitment minded, someone that wants to have a family, that wants to be with one person, with that Ace of Elixirs, that only wants to be with one person and is very fixed and centered mentally around finding a life partner that they can enjoy sexually. So I don't know why all of that came through that way, but that's how that King of Blades presents itself. Okay, that's this person you're gonna have sex with next. And the Moon, so Pisces, possibly Cancer energy, but heavy water. Lots of thoughts around emotions, right? At the bottom, you have the Three of Rods. So there's some overlap here, but this is a fresh energy, even if you picked pile 1. If you picked pile 1, you may have been one of the various energies I was picking up on, and it may follow you here. But yeah, we're gonna find the energy of this pile specifically. So with the Three of Rods, it talks about someone that's kind of done the work emotionally as it relates to that Moon card. Someone that's done the spiritual work, the emotional work, put themselves in a position to be open and receptive to the love in that Ace of Elixirs. And someone that has already made, at the point in which you have your next sexual encounter, this person has decided, like they've kind of acknowledged that, okay, this is what I want. Like they made the mental decision to be ready, open and receptive to love and sex, right? Because Three of Rods, it's like, okay, I've done all that I needed to do. Let's ride. And that's kind of the energy surrounding this person that your next encounter is going to be with. Because I'm focusing on this person because, one, that's how it's coming through, but it's also because this is a new person that is either coming in or that recently stepped in. Okay. But I do see that's some heavy 12th house energy with the moon card and 4th house energy, because I do read it both ways, Pisces and Cancer. It's feeling like 12th house, 4th house energy. So your first sexual experience may happen at your house, at their house, but it's going to be very intimate. It's like that 12th house energy emerging, and the 12th house, I feel, represents the bedroom. So like it's going to be a very romantic but traditional form of sex. It's not going to be out in a wild place. It's going to be in your home, their home, your bed, their bed, with 12th and 4th house themes. Yes. So I'm going to pull from my sexual oracle decks first, then the love based ones, and then, if we still have time, the astrology based decks. Honestly, we're pulling through all of these decks on a need-to basis to get the story, get the energy. I needed all of them in pile one because it was a lot to cut through. But here, I've already got the location: your house, their house, your bed, their bed. But it's most likely gonna happen at night with the moon and those 12th house dark themes. Like that's what I'm getting. So let's get from this erotic deck. What is that? So interesting. The card that came out is uninhibited and released. Now I can't show you this card because I can't show you this card, but it's like, because these cards are me. It's blurry, so you can't see it. I'm glad I have this horrible lighting. But it's feeling like, okay, so number 15 in tarot, the major arcana, it's the devil, and they have devil like heads on in that sexual encounter on the card. So it's like getting your next sexual encounter is going to be so deep. Like this person that you're going to merge with sexually in your next sexual experience, with that 12th house or 4th house themes, it's going to feel like home, right? Like you two, once you get in his house, her house, whoever's house, their house, it's like, or yours, it's like freedom. It's like that's what you've been waiting for, to kind of get each other alone, get into your sacred space, their sacred space, so that you could just be free, uninhibited, and release. Like it's like a releasing of energy. It's like that devil energy of control, which is interesting because like the moon, Cancer, and then I'm associating that with the devil card. But at the bottom you have love's embrace, right? So it's just like your next sexual encounter, you and this person are not going to be able to get enough of one another. Like you're going to be all over each other. It's going to be multiple rounds, but it's going to be very intimate, very private, I'm telling you. And then both of these cards are at night, and I don't know if all of the cards on the deck are that, and I just never noticed, but it's giving nighttime energy. It's like being free at night with one another. So very, very interesting. But I'm telling you, like the person you're going to have sex with next, like when you have sex with them, you may be taken aback, or they may be taken back by you, because it's not going to be what you expect. It's going to, like, they're going to be so free. Like it's a side of you too that you never knew you had, even within yourself, with that 12th house energy here. Like it's like you're going to be like, where did that come from? I didn't know I had that in me. That's how it's going to happen for you, pile 2. So let's pull from the next deck and see what's going on here in your next sexual encounter. But it's very, like, it's freaky. I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very freaky, but it's rooted in love. It's like you two can be that free with one another because you're comfortable enough with one another to do so, but due to an understanding that you two are kind of committed and or exclusive with one another. So it's like you feel comfortable and free. And this one just slipped right, into role playing. That makes sense, because with those heads on the those masks, it's like into role playing. So there's a little bit of dress up. So there may be, again, role playing, dress up in your next sexual encounter. But it also talks about, I don't want to say hidden agendas, even though that's the words that are screaming in my head. But it's like, it's making me feel like someone's wearing a mask and the mask is going to come off soon. At the bottom, you have your my fantasy. So maybe, like I said, maybe a little bit of a secret lover kind of energy, secret admirer kind of energy. But we'll see. Let me pull, I guess since the way I'm laying them that way, so let me take one more and then the bottom. Okay. Scandalous. So, must have you soon. And at the bottom you have, there's someone else. Now, some of you, it is scandalous and that person's waiting because they're engaged with someone else, right? They're not available to you, or you're not available to them. But there's someone else is there. But it's also, for me, it talks about being emotionally unavailable. Right? It talks about like unfinished business. Not necessarily third party as in someone's cheating, but like they're preoccupied. Like they're preoccupied with another situation. Like their focus is elsewhere. Either presently or right before you two have sex. I was about to say for the first time, the next time. Okay, so again, some of you, because it is brand new energy, that's how it's coming through. But yeah, definitely whatever it is, this person's making it clear. If this is like a new energy that you are familiar with, it's like it's saying like must have, like, ooh, that's a direct message. Into role playing is like, I'm just it, like if this person's this, and that's where it's pile one's energy stepping in. I'm going to touch on it and then move on to stick with this pile. But into role playing is like kind of like being two-faced, being a bit phony with the emotions, like hiding their true feelings. Like I'm pretending I'm not interested, or I'm pretending that I'm pretending that I'm not interested, and then but I'm gonna have you soon. I just have to finish whatever that someone else energy is, whatever that stuff, that baggage is to work through. Yeah, that was definitely from that first pile. But let's step back into this energy of this pile. And it is giving busy. It is giving like hard work, someone working hard and then kind of being free. Like using sex as a release. Yes. So let me pull from this deck. Sensual. So romantic themes. This is someone that may take you to dinner or make you dinner, or want you to make them dinner. Just depends, right? But there's food. That's also a play on oral, lots of that. But again, this is a person you're gonna have wild, freaky, passionate sex with. It's gonna be kind of no limits. It's not gonna be taboo, but it's like, because it's not giving adventurous per se. It's giving free to explore one another fully, if that makes sense. And we do have booty call, so that makes me feel like definitely at night may actually be I don't want to say a random, but you may not expect to have sex with this person the next time you do. Like that may not have been the original intention. It may just kind of happen because the mood happens, and then you're like, F it, and then release, right? We have gentle loving. So really gentle, really passionate, like wild and free, but not rough and aggressive, right? We have romantic again. Put it like that. And then at the bottom, we have expectations. So yeah, it's feeling like I just said, it doesn't feel like your next sexual encounter, you're expecting it to happen exactly when it happens. Like this is a person that you want to have sex with, that you're going to enjoy having sex with, that you're going to plan to have sex with, but it's not going to happen exactly as you plan, which is why we have uninhibited and release. You're just going to have to go with the flow. Like into role playing kind of feels like someone trying to control the situation, especially with that number 15, uninhibited and released. It feels kind of like the devil in I was going to say astrology, so that may be relevant, but in tarot. And that's all about control and needing to control every aspect of a situation, being very fixed on how something's going to happen, but it's going to happen in a way that you do not expect it, which is funny. Let me see from these love-based decks. But again, it's going to be at one of your home. Like, it's going to be at someone's home. Because that energy of that 12th house and 4th house themes, it's making me, it's definitely giving me that it's going to happen at one of your house. And there's going to be food involved. So like I said, dinner at one of your places, right? Round 2, your next sexual experience. Unrequited love. I feel like the powers are overlapping because I feel like this was the energy of part 1, but there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So that's not what it feels like, even though it is literal, like someone that you may think isn't interested or that you're pretending to not be interested in. That I'm not gonna like if you felt called to power 1, just watch that one. This feels like that unexpected energy. It's like you kind of had a plan for how it was going to happen, and it happened on its own, right? Unrequited. Or I'm also seeing that some of you, it is that energy of it didn't happen when you expected to. Like there's going to be a very specific moment, or it has, where you thought it was going to happen. You thought that person was going to, because you have to make the effort at the bottom. Like you thought you were going to go in, or that person was going to go in, but the timing wasn't quite right. And because of that, like you feel like there might be a missed opportunity as it relates to love and or sex with this person. But I'm telling you, it just was, the timing wasn't right. So like that's probably why your next sexual experience is not feeling, it's feeling like it's going to catch you off guard, because you felt like you missed out on that, like it didn't happen. You know, like maybe you two were supposed to have dinner and something happened, it didn't work out, and like you haven't seen them in a while, and then boom, they're like, you run into them, you start talking, they're like, hey, you want to come over, and then next thing you know, y'all are in the bed, okay? So yeah, that's what it's feeling like. It's feeling like your next encounter with sex and love is really unexpected. But it's also showing me, and it's feeling a little bit of tea with those two cards, like someone's gonna really make an effort, whether it's you or this person. Like there's this unrequited love energy of a missed opportunity as it relates to sex or love or both. Someone's gonna really make that effort to make it happen. So that's probably how you end up at one or the other's house in the bed, right? So let me pull from this other romance-based deck. Get more energy surrounding and oh, I got two cards. They just hit the floor. I'm going to take them in a second, but I didn't make the effort. It says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So again, that's a message for you and or from this person about kind of taking it. So at the bottom, you have take a ride and explore new scenery to each other's inner thoughts. New scenery or each other's inner thoughts. So I feel like you may run into this person like out and about. Like you're gonna run into this person, or something like that. Is that okay? Is that a thing? I just heard. I'm pausing because I saw explore and I heard like explore page. Like it's giving social media to some degree for some of you, but I feel like you're gonna be out and about, or maybe exploring one another's social media or the other. Like that's how it's gonna happen. But yeah, it feels like just exploring. Like maybe you invite them over, they invite you over. That's that effort towards that unrequited love. Like I can't shake that energy. You have all. The feeling of falling in love is one of a kind. Know that it is safe for you to be in love. So you have falling in love, right? So unrequited love. leading into falling in love. And off the floor, we have accountability from pile one. Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors allows you to move forward. So here, it's not about drama and getting into a disagreement. It's too fresh of an energy for that. And even if so, it's still, even if it wasn't, it just doesn't, that's not the nature of this pile. On some of you it is that accountability of, you know, that someone else, that third party situation that may be another person. But regardless, this is a person that's going to slowly be falling in love with you, and you falling in love with them, and that's going to lead to the sexual encounter. Because I'm seeing explore as like running into one another out and about, like someone you meet at the grocery store for the first time, and like you keep meeting each other because you're exploring your city, or someone that's exploring your social media, you're exploring their social media. Like, it's just one of those energies for the person you're gonna have sex with next. But yeah, I mean, definitely like a longing energy, and someone just having to make that effort, take accountability to make the move, right? That's what I'm seeing. And that may be based on that missed opportunity. Like sometimes, like if it looks like, you know, if you were planning sex with somebody and it didn't work out the way you thought it was, it may be embarrassing. So you pulled back, and now they're like, oh no, don't pull back, how to, we got this kind of energy. Could be that as well. And honestly, with explore and me mentioning the food, it might be the grocery store. Or maybe like a food festival, maybe a cooking class, maybe a restaurant that you go to often. But that's the energy that I'm seeing. And I'm not saying you're gonna have sex there. I'm just saying that may be how you encounter this person for the first time, or how you encounter this person, where you encounter this person that leads to sex. Could be that same day. Maybe that's the surprise energy, or maybe it's just the surprise of running into them that leads to the interactions that lead to sex. Okay, from this astrology based deck, we have Pluto, which is transformed, which rules the 8th house of sex. So heavy sexual energy. Okay, like it's literally talking about sex, but it also talks about change and transformation and a shift in a relationship. So like I said, if this was something that you weren't sure was like, it feels like there's going to be a period between you and this person that you're not sure it's heading anywhere before you have sex. And then boom, Pluto completely transforms the dynamic, completely transforms the circumstances, and now you two are being intimate. Okay, let me pull two more. And this card was at the bottom when I pulled Pluto. So the fact that it just jumped from the middle of the deck, it is necessary, because the square, right? A challenging situation, a mountain to climb. For whatever reason, like effort, right? Challenging, it's like there's something, like for whatever reason, it takes a lot of effort for this connection. Like it's going to take a lot of effort for this connection. Not because it's going to be hard, right? You've got mutable, surrenders, fluidity, welcoming change. It's just something you two are going to need to be real flexible. I don't know if it's schedules. Like maybe it's the schedules that are throwing you off. Maybe it's being at the same place at the same time. If it's web-based, internet-based, it's because of the distance. But really trying to find a way to kind of make it happen. Like it feels like the perception between the both of you, or in one of you's mind, probably yours because it's your pile, is that sex with this person is not going to happen, or that it would be extremely difficult to do so. But there's a work, but it's gonna happen. It's just effort, and it could be as simple as just not wanting to talk to one another, not wanting to be the first one to initiate sex. Right? We have sextile, which is literally has the word sex in it. Hilarious. A combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. So yeah, that effort is gonna pay off. So whoever makes the move between the two of you, like it's gonna lead to sex. It's going to be very passionate, right? Like that that challenging situation and that tension talks about sexual tension. So like you two have a lot of chemistry, and I think that's gonna be part of the pull that makes it, like, I feel like your next encounter sexually is kind of gonna be spontaneous. Like, not saying your interaction with that person is going to be spontaneous, even though I do see an encounter of you kind of popping up on them, or just showing up somewhere, or them showing up somewhere. It just feels like the actual sex wasn't planned, which is cute. That's cute. Yeah. At the bottom you have mutable, which I just had surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So again, all about flexibility, all about I'm trying to see where I'm gonna put this. I'll put it on top of expectations, and maybe that's for a reason. I just put it where I could have it in frame without it overwhelming the pile. But me putting on top of expectations shows that, like, maybe just being fluid with your expectations, not being so fixed on certain expectations and everything, like allowing the situation to unfold as it's intended to. That's what I'm getting from this pile. But yeah, definitely a surprise sexual experience. It's going to be a shock. Very passionate, very free, very liberating. But it's going to be a just do it kind of moment. Okay, and this is my last deck I'm going to pull from. I'm not fighting with this deck right now. But I did see Pisces, which is 12th house energy. And I got in my hand. Okay, yeah. North Node came out again. Step out of your comfort zone at the bottom of the deck. This is a call for you or this person, because like at the point in which sex happens, like somebody's gonna just have to say go. Cause like I feel like there's a hesitation, whether it's to pursue something romantically or if it's to initiate the sex. Like nobody wants to be the one that initiates the sex and gets rejected, right? Because like you want to make sure that you're vibing, this person's vibing, but someone has to step out of their comfort zone. And because we have New Moon in Leo, which confidence is your key to success, so somebody's gonna have to just go in, like read the situation, read the energy, and just go in. We have you're very close to achieving your goal. And like it talks about bravery and someone just being the one to step up, make that effort, and make it happen. And I think it's going to be a situation where, again, that's why it's going to just happen on a whim. It's not going to be planned, because it's like you two are like, I'm not going to say you have communication issues, but maybe talking about sex directly like that may be a little embarrassing for you two as a, I want to say, couple, even if you're not that deep at the point in which your next encounter happens, like you have sex with this person. It just feels like uncertainty and unfamiliar with one another enough to where you're like, oh, I don't want to ask them if they're down. That's really uncomfortable. That's weird. What if they say no? It's going to be a situation where it's like, boom, like maybe you're going for the kiss, they're going for the kiss, and next thing you know, clothes are off. But again, it's going to be at the house. It's going to be at your house, their house. Like it's going to be like in the house. It's not going to be out and about, even though I do see some of you encountering one another, just exploring whatever city, town, right? So that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, if you selected this tiger's eye crystal, then this is your reading. I don't remember if I said it in pile 2, but I definitely said in pile 1. We're gonna start off with this tarot deck, and then I have 3 erotic based decks, 2 romance decks, and 2 astrology based decks. And we're gonna go in order until I either run out of time or we get the point, right? When as soon as I split the deck, I've got the sun, right? So like very passionate, very vibrant energy coming in for your next sexual encounter. Okay, so let's see, pile 3, your next sexual encounter. One just slipped out delicately, and it did. It floated very delicately, so that may be symbolic as it relates to your next sexual experience, like very flowy. You have the King of Coins. So your next sexual experience is going to be with someone very stable, very secure, very confident, very sure and certain. Someone very experienced, whether that's sexually or as it relates to life. This is a person that and this earth sign energy may be the placements Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but not necessarily so. It's just this person's demeanor, this person's energy is very secure, very stable person. The world tried to come out, so someone that's completed a cycle, and you've completed a cycle. Like, it just feels like the person that you're going to have sex with is going to, like, it's going to be I'm hearing the word resolution. So someone you either resolve with, or someone you have a fresh start with, or a brand new person coming in like that. You've got the King of Rods. So the next person you have sex with is going to be very active, very dominant sexually. Okay, very stable, very sure. You know, that Wands Earth combination gives stamina, like a lot of stamina, someone that can go a really long time. Doesn't matter the gender. It's just like, you know, this is masculine energy coming in, but it just means that this person sexually is dominant, possibly aggressive, but very direct, and someone that takes control, right? Someone that takes control, someone that's very active. I don't see hesitation from this person as it relates to sex with you. I see this person deciding they want to have sex with you, and then boom, they make that pursuit into, you know, making sure that that becomes a reality. But it's not from like a fiery, spontaneous perspective. It's from a place of certainty with, you know, that King of Rods following that King of Coins. But again, it feels very mature energy. Doesn't mean that this person is older, even though they can be. It just means that this is going to be a very, very mature person stepping in. Oh, that's beautiful. We've got the Queen of Rods. So this person that you're going to have sex with next, either you and or them are going to feel like your counterparts, like divine counterparts. Whether you believe in twin flames, whether you believe in soulmates, whether you just believe that you can meet someone and you just connect instantly and build something with, that's basically like the person you're going to have sex with. This person's going to be the yin to your yang. Actually, the way the cards are reading, it feels like they're going to be the yang to your yin, and vice versa. But it definitely feels like counterparts coming in sexually. I want to pull another card, but at the bottom we've got the Five of Blades. So it talks about kind of fumbling a bag. It talks about self-sabotage. So something resonates, and you may have picked all of the piles, but I'm not going to take that energy, which is why I'm going to pull another card, because I want another bottom of the deck energy, so that we can continue on the path that we're on. But yeah, definitely someone that's going to feel like your divine counterpart, someone that you're going to feel like, you know, like they're your soulmate. There's someone that you're connecting with. And look what actually came out. The Sun. Powerful. The Sun is Leo energy, and we do have King and Queen of Rods here. At the bottom we have the Star, that is Aquarius energy. Hope, inspiration, fantasy-based energy. This is someone that will fantasize about you a lot prior to having sex with you, that you may fantasize about a lot prior to having sex with them, but definitely this person is going to fantasize about having sex with you prior to. Like, this is a person that like, it's like the sun is like a spotlight on you. Like, you have this person's full attention. Like, you're, or at the point in which you have sex with them, you're gonna have their full attention. They're not gonna really be thinking about much else except you. With that sun-star combination, you may actually bond over astrology with the sun and the star card here. But I'm feeling like your next sexual encounter may have something to do with the outdoors. You may have sex outdoors, or you may have some type of experience outdoors. Like, you may have an outdoor date, because the sun rules the 5th house. That is energy of romance and dating and fun. And the star, that is Aquarius. Aquarius rules the 11th house of networking. So they're actually opposing energies, which also doubles down on that King of Rods, Queen of Rods counterpart energy. You have Leo, Aquarius axis here. And like I said, the 11th house of networking and socializing and from a group perspective, and then the sun of house of pleasure, house of joy, is giving heavy date energy, heavy public energy. Like you may go to an event, like the energy surrounding your next sexual encounter feels like surrounding an event. It feels like you're going to go somewhere with this person's going to take you somewhere. It's going to be very social energy prior to you two having sex, or maybe while you're having sex. That's the energy that I'm getting. But it's going to be very fun, lots of pleasure, because the 5th house is the house of pleasures. Again, the 11th house is the house of networking and groups and interacting with groups. It's also, I feel like it came through in multiple piles, but this is also YouTube, so that makes sense. Internet, that's Aquarius energy. So like social media, interacting on social media, things like that. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna pull from one card from this oracle deck. Where did that card go? That's actually 2 cards. I'm gonna take them both in the bottom. This is interesting. So you have loving yourself, number 8. The sweetest taboo. And at the bottom, you have jealousy and possessiveness. I'm seeing all kinds. This is actually as it relates to the circumstances, taking the plunge. Oh yeah, somebody's going to go for it. So if you've been picking all of the piles, you finally have some more clarity on the situation surrounding the encounter. But even if this is just your pile, like you have the most detailed situational pile. So some of you, and I'm trying to, I don't even know where to start. It's like at least 5 different ones. I'm going to try to pick the most dominant. So this person that you're going to have sex with, all of this action that they're going to take to like be dominant towards you, that energy that I described, even if that's not their nature, and I feel like it is for some of you, a lot of you, that attention, that sun, that star energy, I'm realizing that it is like them watching you possibly socially and or on social media. Could be both, could be one or the other, because like that jealousy and possessiveness card, it's like this person getting like really fired up and like wanting to like stake their claim, right? You have loving yourself. It's like you are focused on you, living your best life, glowing up. When they see you out and about, you look good, right? Every time they see you, you look better. Or when whatever social setting they see you in, like you are thriving. If it's on social media, they're watching your glow up on social media. They're watching you, you know, like love your, like they're looking at your pictures. They're seeing like how good you're doing and how successful you are. On the low with the sweetest taboo, like they're not supposed to be watching you, or watching you on social media, or paying as much attention to you in whatever social setting it is, right? If it's not like a date, right? If it's not a date and it's that networking or social fun energy that you just are in the same fun place for whatever reason, like they're watching you and they know that they're not supposed to be for whatever reason. The reason is not necessary here, but that taboo shows that they're trying to be discreet about how observant they are about you, right? Because jealousy and possessiveness is like staking their claim, like not liking how you engage with other people, not liking how you talk to other people, not liking how confident you are independently. This person has conqueror energy with all of this this energy that they have on the table, like that dominant energy, like that loving yourself, that independent energy that you have, pile 3. It is a turn on, but it's taboo because that's, I'm feeling like for some of you, this person usually like they're like a dominant person, like what you would consider a masculine personality does not matter the gender. So they're used to being the dominant person, and something about your independence is not necessarily threatening to them. It's just that they like more docile people, and being intrigued by you is like taboo for them. Like it's not what they're used to, and it's making them jealous and self-conscious with that jealousy and possessiveness card. And it's like, let me hurry up and get pile 3 under control. Like that's the energy. It's like, let me just go ahead and conquer pile 3, get pile 3 under control. That's the energy that I'm getting from this person. I got so much with just the 2 decks. So it goes to show the energy, right? It's all about energy and the energy of the person that they encounter. Because here, this person's very loud, pile 3. This is the loudest person of each of the 3 piles. This person right here, because their energy is very aggressive. Not like, I mean, it could be a little bit toxic, but not necessarily. It's just like this person's used to dominating and being dominant and being in control. And like something about you with that loving yourself and the sweetest taboo, you can't be controlled, right? You're the sun, you're the star, and they're not used to that. That's catching them off guard. So that's the part of the tension surrounding your sexual encounter. But yeah, I'm feeling like that's pretty much it. With loving yourself and the sweetest taboo, obviously there's going to be a little bit of masturbation as it relates to the actual sexual experience, or maybe like you tease them, they tease you, kind of energy. Yeah, there's so much here. Let me pull from this other deck. I want to get more energy. But I'm definitely getting like like this person is super jealous. I'm also getting whipped vibes. Like after the experience, like this person's gonna be whipped, and like they're not gonna want like on that card they're clinging. Like that's kind of the energy that they're gonna have after the actual sexual encounter. But yeah, I mean, all of these, like I said, 5th house and 11th house themes as it relates to the sexual experience and building up to it. Some of you, no strings attached. It's funny. I'm laughing because it's funny. Some of you are going to have a no strings attached sexual experience with somebody, right? Like this person that I've described. I think it's been kind of detailed on how I've described the person to some degree. Some of you are going to agree to a no strings attached situation, and it's going to be good, right? And then after it happens, you're going to be like, okay, bye. And then that's going to make them feel away, because it's like, why are you not as emotionally connected to me as I am you? Like that's how this person's going to feel with that King of Rods, Queen of Rods energy, right? Like that whipped energy. And then they'll be like, oh, so like you were genuinely serious about the no strings attached thing. And like with loving yourself, you're like, yeah. And then I'm seeing that some of you, this is a person you actually have zero interest in having, at least initially. But it could be all around. Like this is a person you only see yourself having sex with, not committing to, and because of that, like you really were like you brushed them off after, and then because again, sweetest taboo is like something that's like somebody you wouldn't be seen with. I hate to say it like that, but for whatever reason, some of you are coming through that way. Or maybe that person is treating you that way, someone they wouldn't be seen with, or someone that they couldn't see themselves taking seriously. And then if you're the person that's treating them that way, it's like jealousy and possessive is like, oh wait, so like you're really gonna act like we didn't have this passionate sex, especially if you see them socially with that Leo Aquarius axis. It's like, oh, you see me out socially and you're gonna act like you weren't laid up with me, kind of energy. And then if this is a person treating you like that, they expected you to have your feelings, all right? Like they were like, oh yeah, this is a no strings attached thing, trying to like make sure like, okay, don't catch feelings, pile 3, and you're like, bet. So, and then you don't, and you like kind of move on, and like they feel away, like it triggers like a conquering energy in them, because like, you know, it was no strings attached, and like you loved yourself, like you were like, cool, it's on the low, bye, and you weren't worried about it. You kind of had that sun energy, that star energy, and they're like, no, pile 3, you're supposed to chase me, and because you didn't, they're chasing you. A mess. At the bottom, we have a mask and hiding my intentions. So let me pull more cards. someone's running out of time. I actually have to wrap up this reading because I'm running out of battery. It's not, oh, must be the truth. It's not, I'm laughing because y'all are like not wanting me to wrap up this reading. And I can feel that. That's why I just dropped half of the card. I promise I'm going to be able to finish it. I don't have that much longer anyway because we're already at the 16-minute mark. But yeah, this person's, I don't know where I was going with the last whatever I said before I dropped the card. So I'm just going to start over. So what's the next card? Okay, pile three's next sexual encounter. What the heck? So many cards are just jumping all over the place now. I mean, if I need to like charge, well, I have Obsessed With You throwing itself in my face, but I can't take it. It's just too many cards hitting the deck right now. If we lose power, then I'm going to come back to the reading, but I don't really like to do that. So let me get, okay, a card just showed itself that it wanted to be, because like when I put all the cards back and I started to shuffle, this one was like in there like this. So you're the one I want. That's what the energy is. So all of that just the, okay, I feel like it's you and or this person playing games, because it's like all of that confusion with my cards just now, just to say you're the one I want. And at the bottom is feeling rejected, so we're leaving it right there, because after me picking up all of those cards and dropping it multiple times, it's like all of that just to say you're the one I want. So like it's playing the casual game for some of you. It's playing the feeling like rejecting, whatever. But all of that wanting energy. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily had a no strings attached situation. That was a specific message for like some, maybe up to half of you. But it no strings attached doesn't necessarily talk about sex. It talks about social, just casual experiences, social experiences with that Leo Aquarius axis, that what that axis represents. So it just trying to be casual, trying to be friendly with somebody that's secretly obsessed with you, or that you're secretly obsessed with. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck and see what's going on with your next sexual experience. But it is definitely surrounding, like it may be a friend, right? It may be someone you're friends with. Why is this called? Oh, okay, I just put this in the deck wrong. Give me a second, let me adjust. Okay, now I can shuffle. Yeah. Somebody that you friend zoned, or somebody that you're friend zoned, like so many situations coming through, but definitely a watching energy, okay? Whether in person or online, because that acts as the, okay, so we've got two cards. I'm not taking all of them. I'm going to show you. I'm going to reshuffle though. We have domination, which we talked about that energy. We have expectations, and then we have entangled. I feel like the energy of the other pile is trying to come in, so I don't want to take those. But yeah, that's this person's energy, is them wanting to kind of take control of the situation and kind of fight for you in whatever this connection is. Sensual. I don't get to choose the cards. I don't get to choose the cards, and that's okay. And make sure that you take them seriously as well right away. Obsession came out. It flipped right out. Ooh, intense affair. I don't think I've ever seen this card. Intense affair. So I mean, that's how this person's feeling. It must be the truth. Secret lover. I'm telling you, that energy, this just doubles down on all of that energy I was talking about, of someone kind of that taboo, somebody watching somebody on the low, or somebody keeping somebody hidden, like whatever those scenarios resonate, like that's going to be surrounding your next sexual encounter with someone. And it's all interesting, it's all juicy, but again, the sex feels super passionate. It feels kind of on the low. It does feel a bit secretive, even though we have all of this. I don't want to say public, but all of this social energy of the sun and Leo. It's the sun, Leo, Aquarius energy. It just feels like it's hidden with that taboo, secret lover energy. Okay. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So, and then I'll take the bottom, which is wedding, which is hilarious. Because some of you, your next sexual encounter is going to be with your ex, like whether that's your spouse that you're in separation with, whether that is just your true ex. It's feeling like somebody you had a commitment with that's going to come back in, and that's probably why we have all of this why you acting funny energy, right? But yeah, somebody, like, you're going to reconnect with an ex. Unfortunately, if that's not what you wanted, pile 3, that's what's happening. Others of you, I felt like we talked about this person being very certain, right? This is a person that is coming in and like kind of making sure that you understand that they see the long haul with you. Like they could see themselves being committed long-term wedding. Like especially if there's all of this no strings attached, this cat and mouse, all of these games leading up to the sex. After the sex, this person's gonna be like, okay, like let's do something serious. Let's be real about this connection, building a future. When I split this deck, okay, oh, when I cleanse the decks and I just leave them face down, I don't look at them. So at the bottom was already family and friends and building a future when I split it. So that's where this person's head is whether they're letting you know that or not. At that point in which you two have sex, that's where this person's head is, definitely, especially after the sex. Let's see, your next sexual encounter. Communication. Oh, it's going to be a lot of conversations. Conversation is on the horizon. Someone is planning to reach out. Be ready to express yourself. All right, pile 3. Some of you, it is reconciliation. Others of you, this is someone that you felt rejected by that's coming back. That happened in, I think, the other 2 piles. So the person you felt rejected by or that you rejected is coming back, and they want to have that conversation about it. Like they want to, like, you're going to talk to this person. You may go out with this person, or you may see this person out, exchange numbers, whatever. If it's web-based, whatever messagings, whatever has to happen to get the ball rolling, that's how you're going to end up having sex with this person. And I feel like you know who this person is if it's a person that is in your life. If not, you'll be able to decipher this person if it's a new person coming in based on all of this information I'm giving you about how your encounters with this person is going to come out. Missed chances, it's a vibe, very soon. Okay. All of that fell. And so I'm not going to take it, but I do want at least one more. And then I think I'm going to pull one from each of the astrology-based decks because you really didn't need it. You really didn't need it. You got lots of details early on. So let me see what I can get from this deck. Pile 3. Missed chances was determined to be on the bottom. Quality time. So you have quality time. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting so you can to ensure that your partner is your number one focus. So this is going to be a person that showers you with attention. So like if there were distance detached with no strings attached, like there's going to be a switch up after sex where they want to like lay up with you, spend time with you, give you time, make their intentions clear. I'm telling you, this is a person that after having sex with you kind of decided like wedding, right? And then we have missed chances. So have you considered all your options? Did you give it everything? In the end, we only regret the chances we did not take. So rejected, missed chances. It's giving someone that you either rejected or that rejected you, or at least that was a perception, that is circling back or that will circle back. Okay, Like someone that you're like, oh no, this was just casual. Some of you, it's like, oh, it was just casual, no strings attached. I wasn't trying to like do the emotional thing with you, whether that's you or them. Others of you, it's just like a friend that you friend zoned or that friend zoned you. Others of you, just this person just didn't express any interest. Were very self-absorbed. Maybe you were focused on yourself, they were focused on themselves. But the house one is ruled by Aries. Okay, and that is Mars energy. Feel restricted, experience struggles, learn hard work and patience. That is the Saturn card. So if this rejection energy happened, Miss Chances, this is why. That house one energy, that focusing on yourself, that I want to say healing coming out of my mouth, working through the karma, the trauma of the Saturn, all of that Saturn-based baggage. That is what happened. This person may have Aries or Capricorn placements, or Leo Aquarius, which is heavy here. But yeah, this person kind of was focusing on themselves, or you were focusing on yourself. So that's why that rejection happened. But they continue to watch you, or you continue to watch them as you run into each other or whatever. Let me get one more and then we'll wrap this puppy up. I'm on my last deck. You know what? Y'all are chaotic, pile 3, because like it's just, there's no reason for me to be dropping the deck. So if you've been real clumsy lately, listen. Stop that before you hurt yourself. Because I keep dropping all of the cards. I'm just like, oh, I don't have time for this. Literally, I don't have time for this. So, yeah, I want to get one more card. But very fiery energy, because the two cards that were face up were Sagittarius and Aries. So lots of fire placements here. There we go. It is, the energy is gaining momentum. So the build-up's happening. And I have to wrap this up right now. And everything happens in divine timing. So literally, I need to cut this off. So the energy is gaining momentum. And then you have Virgo. So one or both of you may be Virgo or have Virgo placements. A time to give rather than take. So it's making me feel like the energy is gaining momentum and you need to act. But it also feels like someone being sexually dominant. And I feel like that's this person and you being receptive to it. Like you being open to being with this person. So that may be an indicator of who this person is, okay? So I do have to wrap it up, which aligns with their reading of running out of time and needing to make a move in a very precise moment. So take that message, as big as it is, and apply it to your reading, okay, pile 3? So I hope that this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.